Welcome to sunny Alexandria in Louisiana. I'm Caleb Dunlop bringing you John Melvin and LSU Alexandria. A non-conference matchup between the Millers and Generals. We'll go over the starting lineups in just 1 second. The Generals come in at 13 and 11. The Millers at 10 and 12. Leading off for John Melvin, the shortstop number 4, Connor Pleasant. For the Millers, it's Connor Pleasant, the shortstop, Trevor Durr, the catcher, Sammy Maddox hitting third, playing first, a designated hitter, Lane Kratzer, in the cleanup spot. Andrew Ashby, the right fielder, hitting fifth. As this game is underway with the ball, it's 1-0. Noah Watkins, the center fielder, hitting sixth. Cabot Blanchard, the left fielder, hitting seventh. In the 8-hole, it's Braden Morgan, the second baseman. And in the 9-hole, Gavin Gary, the third baseman on the hill. It'll be Garrett Walker. And it's 1-1 to Pleasant. For the Generals, defensively, over at first, it's Blaine Foote. At second, Shea Thibodeau. The third baseman is Desmond Dugas. And the shortstop, Landon Langley. Left to right across the outfield, Zach Mingarelli, Luke Benoit, and Julian Kleber. Behind the plate is Peyton Marcantel. And on the mound, it's Charlie Guidry. Here's the 1-2 fouled away. Guidry on the season, 6 appearances, is an 0-0 record, an ERA of 6.43 through 7 innings. That one just misses. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground down the first baseline and foul. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. It's going to get past Marcantel. Throw to first. Foote will stay on the bag. And that'll retire Pleasant. All right. So here's Trevor Durr, the catcher. He comes in hitting .339, 1 home run and 13 batted in. Slugging .571 with an on-base percentage of .493. It's a 1-0 count to the Millers catcher. The 1-0 from Guidry. Just misses. 2 balls, no strikes. .20 pumped over for a strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to Trevor Durr, the left-handed hitting catcher. He scored 6 runs, 8 doubles, 1 triple alongside the 1 long ball. As the count runs to 3-1. Guidry delivers. It's fouled away. It'll be a staff day for the Generals. Guidry will go 2, maybe 3. And then after that, looking at a whole bunch of 1-inning outings. Is more than likely what we are in store here this Tuesday evening. And that'll be a walk to Durr. That'll bring up the first baseman, Sammy Maddox. The first baseman, number 33, Sammy Maddox. And there's going to be a runner over at first. Running at first base, number 28, Peyton Wysong. So Peyton Wysong will run it first for the catcher. And that one's over for a strike. And a check on over at first. He's back in time. Blocked by Markintel. Wysong not going anywhere. Maddox on the season, 309. 2 home runs and a team-leading 17 batted in, an on-base percentage of .397, and he's slugging .455. Over for a strike, 1 and 2. Big right-handed first baseman. Guidry set. The 1-2 fouled away. One out here in the first. Here's the 1-2. On the ground, a short. Langley, 6-4. They got him at first. A 6-4-3 twin killing to end the inning. And that'll bring up Langley, Mingarelli, and Foote when we return. Bottom of the first inning, Landon Langley leading things off for Cody Gautreau's Generals. And opposing him is Garrett Walker. Walker, a right-hander, as Langley's after the first pitch he sees, and it's fouled back over the top of the, off the top of the press box. Walker on the season, 3 starts, 4 appearances, a record of 1-0, a 2.79 ERA through 9 2/3 inning. He's struck out 9, walked 4. Opposing hitters have an average of 275 against him, along with him sharing a name with the President of the United States on House of Cards on Netflix. Garrett Walker was the president in season 1 that Frank Underwood undermines and eventually ends his presidency. Here is the 0-2 to Langley. Breaking ball lined in the center, and that'll be the Generals' first hit. The left fielder, number 7, Zach Mingarelli. Here's Mingarelli. .290 on the season, 4 home runs, 14 batted in, an on-base percentage of .414, and he's slugging .551, 3 for 4 on the base path in stolen bases. First pitch from Langley called the ball, and the count opens at 1-0. Check over at first. Langley's back without a slide. The 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes to Mingarelli. John Melvin, head coach, Rocky Musgraves, back in Louisiana. I'm familiar with Musgraves from my time at Central Washington, and Musgraves was the head coach at Northwest Nazarene University. That one is downstairs, 3-0. Musgraves had 5 seasons at NNU and collected his 700th career victory up there. As that is going to be called a strike. The Nighthawks won their first GNAC regular season title and tournament title in 2016, and Musgraves earned the Great Northwest Athletic Conference Coach of the Year honors. Walker delivers, swing and a miss for Mingarelli, counts full, 3-2. During his time in Nampa, Idaho, Musgraves put 4 players into the Major League Baseball minor league system. Jamie Mitchell, who went to Tampa, Aaron Vaughn to Houston, Jake Reppert to the Philadelphia Phillies, and Billy King was picked up by Tampa Bay. Mingarelli draws a full count walk, and there's runners on first and second with nobody out. Now batting, the first baseman, number 27, Blaze Foot. And here's Foot hitting .293 on the year, 5 home runs and 28 batted in. And Foot is hit by a pitch. The bases are loaded. The designated hitter, number 32, Jackson Bernard. So the base is loaded. Bernard stands in. .293, 1 home run and 14 batted in. That one's up and in. 1 ball, no strikes to the Generals' designated hitter. During Musgraves' times up at NNU, 2 players earned GNAC Player of the Year. Tyler Davis in 2016 and then Billy King in 2017. And I got to see Billy King play for a year or 2. He was an impressive player in his own right and hit some of the longest balls I got to see get hit up there in the PNW. Over for a strike, it's 2-1. Well, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. A 2-1 count to Bernard. Foul back, 2-2. Chopper down the third base line. Foul. Count will stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bernard, a senior out of Bridge City, Texas. Desmond Dugas waits on deck, and a pick over to third. Back in time. Rare to see a pickoff with that third baseman a step or 2 off the bag. But here's the 2-2, and it's fouled away again. Just off the corner, count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Bernard. Payoff pitch. Hammered in to left center. That's going to fall 1 hop to the wall. 1 run's going to come around a score, and Lillard will hold Mingarelli at third. That is a loud and long single for Bernard. Third baseman, number 3, Desmond Dugas. So here's Dugas. Hitting .257, 1 home run and 13 batted in. .427 on base percentage. Slugging .365. First pitch, a line drive, snared at second on the hop by Morgan. The catcher, number 10, Peyton Marcantel. Here's Peyton Marcantel, had a grand slam and a bases clearing double in his last game. That one's over for a strike, 0-1. Came off the bench to do that. That one is fouled away. Four home runs and 17 batted in for the catcher. That one is going to be outside. One-two breaking ball just outside. 2-2 the count. Pitch 24 of the inning from Walker. Off the hands, that's going to get through for a single. 1 run is going to score, and Foot is held up. So it's more station to station here for the Generals. Center fielder number 9, Luke Benoit. And Benoit stands in, hitting .347 and team high in the average category. And Colin Ardoin comes on to run it first. running at first, number 20, Colin Ardois. Oh, did you turn me off or down? So Ardois takes over at first for Marcantel. This is hit to third. 5-4 to get one. They will get two for the double play. We will take a timeout, and LSUA leading 2-0 when we return. So on the top of the second, Lane Kratzer will lead off. First one's over a swinging strike. Fouled away. It's 0-2 to the Millers' designated hitter. On the ground and foul. And we don't like that ball. And now we're set and ready to go. Guidry, swing and a miss. Kratzer down for out number one. Right fielder number one, Andrew Ashby. So here's Ashby with one away. Hitting .244 on the season. Guidry's first pitch chopped foul over to the third base dugout. On a line, and it'll get down in center. Ashby, a big turn, but he'll hold it first with the Millers' first hit. Center fielder number 7, Noah Watkins. In the air, behind the bag at second in a shallow center. And Benoit comes on. There's a dangerous area there. Ashby holds it first. There are 2 down for Cabot Blanchard. Left fielder number 22, Cabot Blanchard. Blanchard at 244 as well. 5 driven in on the season. One's over for a strike. Guidry set. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Fouled away. That will keep him alive, at least for one more pitch. Runner going down the line in right and fair. Rounding second, heading for third is Ashby. Musgraves waving him on home. And the throw is going to get away. Mark it an RBI double for Blanchard. Second baseman number 21, Braden Morgan. Upstairs to start off the at-bat. Morgan hitting .263 on the season, 5 runs batted in, an on-base percentage of .378, slugging .395 on the year. Fouled that one away. Oh, no, excuse me, that is in play to right. I took a bad angle off my eyes, and it'll be F9 if you're scoring along at home. The Millers get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 stranded. It'll be Thibodeau, Kleber, and Langley due up. Here's Thibodeau to lead things off at the bottom of the second. Walker back out there. That one's over for a strike. The Generals scored 2 in the bottom of the first on a pair of singles by Bernard and Marcantel. Over as well, 0-2. Kleber waits on deck. Right side, moving towards the line. Morgan not going to have it. It's going to get down. Yeah, that'll go down as an E4. Right fielder, number 15, Julian Kleber. First pitch to Kleber misses, 1-0. Shortstop coming over and checking, swing and a miss there. It's 1-1. Bunt is down. Walker gets him at first. And that'll be a sacrifice bunt. As Thibodeau advances. It's back to the top of the lineup for the shortstop, number 24, Landon Langley. Langley lined a single into center field in his first at-bat. Slider catches the outside corner, 0-1. In the air, shallow left, catch is made. And the block is going to get away. It's 3-1. The left fielder, number 7, Zach Mingarelli. So mark that a fly out and a throwing error. First pitch from Walker, lifted, foul territory. Over past Matthew Lillard, coming back. Oh, look out, Lillard. That one drops foul right next to him. And it's 0-1. One and one the count. Slider slid a little bit too far out. Foot waits on deck. There are 2 down in the inning and 1 in. Barely swung through that one. Two and two as it misses. Two balls, two strikes, and two outs across the top of the scoreboard. Breaking ball catches the corner for strike three to end the inning. The Generals get one run, no hits, and helped along by two errors. It's Gary Pleasanter, 2 up. Gavin Gary leads things off in the top of the third, and he fouls back the first pitch he sees from Austin Lorenz, who comes on in relief, the first relief pitcher of the evening for the Generals. Lorenz has made 5 appearances and 2 starts. This one's into the left center gap and down. Gary is going to end at second with a leadoff double. It's back to the top of the order. The shortstop, number 4, Connor Pleasant. Oh, and 1 the count to Pleasant. Just misses up high. Pleasant thought about going after it, but held off. Looks like Lorenz is going to get 2 innings of work here. Liner looping to center, catch is made. Gary feints going, and the throw will be corralled by Dugas at third. Catcher number 3, Trevor Durr. Lorenz, one of 2 southpaws on the general staff. Over for a called strike. Breaking ball through the left side. Musgrave's going to hold up. And the bases, maybe runs on the corners, excuse me. For Sammy Maddox, the first baseman. Now running at first, number 28, Wysong. Now batting the first baseman, number 33, Sammy Maddox. So again, it'll be Wysong to run over at first for the catcher. First one's up and out, ball 1. The 1-0 from Lorenz, swing and a miss, 1-1. Maddox with a healthy hack at that one. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lorenz has Maddox down here, 1 and 2. 1 out, and runners on the corners. It's a 3-1 ball game in the dirt. Blocked. Wysong going. The throw. Got him. Two and 2 make it 3 and 2. Chopper to third. Dugas. Got him. And that'll end the inning. They leave a runner stranded over there at third. And it'll bring up Foote, Bernard, and Dugas when we return. Blaze Foot leads off in the bottom of the third. And he's got a new arm to contend with. Peyton Ford in from the bullpen. Ford, one appearance. He's 0-1, worked a third of an inning and allowed 3 earned runs. An ERA of 81. Allowed 2 hits, 1 walk. One of those hits was a home run. And he starts off this AB at 2-0. First 3 pitches from Ford miss. Bernard waits on deck, and a get-me-over fastball was there, 3-1. 3-1 offering. Foot trying to hit that into the gulf. 3-2. Payoff pitch, breaking ball in a left center, calling for it Watkins, and he'll have it for out number 1. The designated hitter, number 32, Jackson Bernard. Here's Bernard. 1 for 1 on the day, single and an RBI. One of the longest singles you can get here at Generals Baseball Field. Hit it into the left center gap at 1 hop to the wall, but the bases were loaded with less than 2 outs, so everybody was standing pat to see if they needed to tag up. The 0-1 upstairs, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering from Ford. 2-1. I'm talking about Rocky Musgraves earlier. Musgraves was the head coach at LSU Shreveport for quite a while prior to going up to the Pacific Northwest and skippering the Nighthawks. It took him 13 seasons with the Pilots to reach 500 career victories. That one's fouled off. And an overall record of 584, 276 with Shreveport. And over his last 11 seasons at LSUS, the Pilots won more games than any of Louisiana's 15 four-year schools. As it's 3-2. Back-to-back RAC Coach of the Year awards for Musgraves in 2011, 12, and 13. As Bernard hits a curveball into left center, and again Watkins is there. Back-to-back flyouts. I'm going to bring up Desmond Dugas. Third baseman number 3, Desmond Dugas. In 2011, Musgraves was named Louisiana Coach of the Year by the Louisiana Sports Writers. In 2011-2012, he garnered the Turfus Southern Region Coach of the Year award. And he also received the TPX Conference Award both years. As this is into right center and down. It'll bounce to the wall. Dugas rounding second, heading for third. Throw is going to hit the back cutoff man, and it'll be a triple. Catcher number 10, Peyton Marcantel. Marcantel 1 for 1 with an RBI. Snuck a single through the left side past the outstretched glove of Gavin Gary. And 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Ford delivers. Curveball called strike 0-1. Another curveball, inside corner 0-2. Musgraves goes all the way back to 2005 when he won the Gulf Coast Athletic Conference Coach of the Year. In 2003, as Marcantel goes down swinging, he won the NAIA Regional Coach of the Year. The Generals strand a runner over at third. It's Kratzer, Ashby, and Watkins due up when we return. Lorenz back out for his second inning of work, and Kratzer stands in against him. First pitch in for a called strike. It's 0-1. That one hung up there a little too far. And it's off the top of the wall. Kratzer rounding second, heading for third, and he's got a leadoff triple. Right fielder number 1, Andrew Ashby. That was a hang me, bang me curveball, and he sure did. And a good spot for the Millers. Lorenz choosing to go out of the windup with a runner on third. Gives him a look, winds, and delivers. It's outside. Catches the inside corner 1-1. Another look down over at third, and the 1-1 to Ashby. On the ground, back up the middle. It'll get through for an RBI single. Center fielder number 7, Noah Watkins. Watkins. Lefty on lefty. Check on over at first. Ashby back in time. On the ground, a bunt. Lorenz fields. The throw, he is in time. It'll be a base hit bunt. Left fielder number 22, Cabot Blanchard. Two on and none out. One already in on the inning. Foot playing in on the grass. Blanchard squares the bunt, gets it down third base side. Dugas fields the throw. It is not in time. Back-to-back base hit bunt singles. Yeah, that's going to draw Cody Gautreau out of the dugout. Second baseman, number 21, Braden Morgan. And Goat going out. Probably a little frustrated with his defense. Two well-placed bunts, though. 3-2 the score. And it'll be bases loaded for Braden Morgan. Meeting of the minds is over. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Lorenz out of the windup again. First pitch swinging is Morgan. Hits this one in the air to left center. Benoit moving over, makes the grab, and that will bring a run in from third. It's a tie ball game. Only runner to move up, though, is Ashby. It's 3-3. Third baseman, number 2, Gavin Gary. First pitch, he thought about it, but held up. Still called a strike anyway. The 0-1 from Lorenz. Fouled away. Long run over there for Kleber if you wanted to go after it. So 0-2 the count on Gary with one away and runners on first and second. Going to be perpetual action in the bullpen for both sides today. The 0-2 back towards us. In the dirt, Marcantel blocks it. It gets away. And everybody advances 90 feet. Runners on second and third now. Infield pulled tight. Trying to knock anything down and cut the run down at the plate, and that's going to get past Langley. One run is going to score, and they will hold Blanchard. So it is runners on the corner, one out. And Cody Gautro's coming out, and that means it'll be a pitching change. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. So Benovich takes the mound for the Generals. The 2 on are still the responsibility of Lorenz, so the book not fully closed on him. And the first pitch, squaring around, is Pleasant. He pulls back 1-0. Benovich on the year, 7 appearances, 5 2/3 innings. An ERA of 14.29. Up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Wind's picked up here a little bit as the sun starts to go down. Got that extra hour of sunlight, though, now. Always exciting. 2-0. Outside 3-0. First time the Generals have been at home in at least 2 weeks. They were home last against Jarvis Christian. That's a 4-pitch walk, so the bases are loaded for the catcher, Trevor Durr. Catcher number 3, Trevor Durr. No, excuse me, the last time they were home was against Xavier, all the way back on February 15th. Jarvis Christian was softball. Bailey Tillotson's lying to me over here next to me. That's the problem. The 0-1 count from Benovich. Pumped over for a strike, 0-2. Waste pitch, 1-2. Breaking ball hammered into right. 1 run will score. Around from second comes Gary. He's in. Now a throw to second, and they will get Durr. First baseman number 33, Sammy Maddox. That'll bring up Maddox. On the ground, foul. So it's 6-3. Here in the top of the fourth, the Millers ahead. One from Benovich. Breaking ball, he gets him. Runners on the corners now with 2 down. Designated hitter number 19, Lane Kratzer. Here's Kratzer. Outside 1-0, and Maddox is going to get to second. And that is going to allow Pleasant to score from third. It's 7-3. Foul back off the screen, 1-1. Probably not the hope you were hoping for. If you're Cody Gautreau, trying to get some guys who haven't thrown many innings this season yet. A couple here. Here's the 1-1. 2-1. Another one foul back at the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. 2's across the top of the scoreboard. Counts full, 3-2. A 6-run inning for the Millers. Out of play. Count will stay at 3-2. Millers 10-12 on the season. Fourth foul ball of the at-bat. Kratzer's fouled off everything that's been remotely close to the strike zone. Back into the mitt of Marcantel for the inning's third out. It's a big inning for John Melvin. 6 runs on 6 hits, helped along by 1 error. They leave 1 stranded. It's Benoit, Thibodeau, Kleber due up. On the bottom of the 4th inning, Luke Benoit will lead off for LSUA. Ford back out there on the bump. First pitch misses. It's 1-0. You get 2 balls, no strikes to Benoit. Upstairs. Benoit, then Thibodeau. .3-0 from Ford. Call the strike, 3-1. Gautreau not happy with that one. And that's ball 4. Leadoff walk for Benoit. Second baseman, number 6, Shea Thibodeau. Here's Thibodeau. Benoit gets his lead off of first and a quick check over there. Back in time. Bender in for a strike, 0-1. One's low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Generals host Southwest University of the Southwest, on Thursday and Friday of this week. And a check over at first. That series originally supposed to be played Friday, Saturday, with a single game on Friday and then a doubleheader on Saturday, was flipped around to the doubleheader on Friday with the single on Saturday, with LSUA hosting the NAIA men's basketball first and second round. And then Mother Nature intervened and pushed the series back to Thursday and Friday. 1-2 the count here on Thibodeau. Called strike 3. Right fielder, number 15, Julian Kleber. Here's left-handed hitting Kleber, the number 9 hole hitter for Cody Gautreau in today's game. Over for a called strike 0-1 to open up the at-bat. Check over at first, back in time. Oh, clear. That one hit a pole down the left field line and dropped right down next to Matthew Lillard. It's the second time he's been in harm's way today. 0-2 on Kleber. Lifted in the air to left center. Watkins moving over, and he's got it. The shortstop, number 24, Landon Langley. Here's Langley. And a single back in the first inning. And a soft throw over to first now. Just making sure he's paying attention. Slide step slider 0-1. Got Langley swinging on that. Generals had a bit of a tough time last weekend in San Antonio. Lost 2 out of 3 as there's another throw over to first. To Our Lady of the Lake University. They did take game 3, however, 22-11. As the bats exploded. When Marcantel came off the bench and drove in a bunch, 4 with a grand slam on a bases clearing. Extra base hit. All in the same inning as the Generals plated 12. 1-1 catches the corner. It's 1-2. A busy week around LSUA athletics. Baseball hosting John Melvin tonight, and then softball hosting U.S. Sports Academy tomorrow. And another check at first. And of course, we've mentioned the Generals playing the Mustangs on Thursday and Friday. Men's basketball hosting the NAIA first and second round. They play Stillman on Saturday, as this is in the dirt. Swinging is Langley, and the throw from Durr will retire the side. So it is 7-3 as we head to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back. Wren's back out for the top of the fifth. It's 7-3. John Melvin leading. Or excuse me, Benovich back out. Oof. My brain's anything behind. It's 0-2. Another breaking ball. 1-2. On the ground at second. Backhanded and off the foot of Thibodeau. Rounding first, heading for second. He'll be in, thinking about third. But Benovich with a cat-like reflex there to make sure that ball didn't get any farther away. Mark it an E4 in the scorebook. Center fielder number 7, Noah Watkins. Here's Watkins. And is the second error committed by the Generals defensively today. And he gets the bunt down. Low pitch. Almost. The bat almost got it, and that's going to get Cody Gautreau out of the dugout. He's got a pretty valid point here. Watkins used his bat to block the path of Marcantel, and it almost made contact. We'll see what the umpires decide to do here. It's a smart play, though. And they're going to come back with foul ball. So everybody goes back. And now Rocky Musgrave's out having a chat with the field umpire. I've seen that stance numerous times from the skipper. So it's an 0-1 count on Watkins. Foot in on the grass at first. And squaring around and getting the bunt down again. Fielded by Benovich. And a nice play by Thibodeau to reach out and knock it down at least. It's runners on the corners. Left fielder number 22, Cabot Blanchard. That is the third error now. Benovich charged with the throwing error. Blanchard with runners on the corner, squares around, pulls back. 1-0. Runner going, swing and a miss at the plate, a one-hop throw. It's going to get away. And it's 8-3. One and one the count. It's 8-3 now. Blanchard gets the bunt down. A one-hopper, two-hopper high. Marcantel the throw. And that gets into right field. Thibodeau just didn't catch it. It's 9-3. Second baseman number 21, Braden Morgan. And he bunts this one as well on a 1-0 count. Benovich will flip it over to first. Do some cheers from the Generals' home crowd. Third baseman number 2, Gavin Gary. That one's called a strike. Just one out on the inning. The Generals have had quite a few errors this inning. Runs inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the 9-hole hitter. So after Gary, it's back to the top of the order for Connor Pleasant, the shortstop. Two ball, 1 strike count. And Rocky Musgraves looking for a balk. It's about as close as you can get with that one being called. And Rocky's calling the field umpire over. He'd do that a lot in the GNAC too. He wouldn't go out. He'd make him come over and talk to him. Two ball, 1 strike count from Benovich to Gary. Breaking ball misses the top of the zone, 3-1. Runner going outside for ball 4. It skips in, and he got under the tag. And Cody Gautreau coming out of the dugout. And the Generals dugout starting to come out as well, so that might be the end for Benovich. It is. We'll take a timeout. Benovich Day is done. He leaves runners on the corners and one out, so the book not fully closed there. Corbin Womack on the mound for the Generals, and he'll first face the top of the lineup in Connor Pleasant. It's 0-1 to Pleasant. Runs inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Womack, 2 appearances, an ERA of 9 over 1 inning. He's walked 3, allowed 1 hit. One runner going from first, swing and a miss at the plate. One hop throw, not in time. And time is called. And hitter is going to be called out at the plate. Pleasant did step across. So Gary will have to go back to first. Catcher number 3, Trevor Durr. You take that big long backswing, step across, run that risk. In the air to left, going back, not going to get it is Mingarelli as he crashes into the wall. That'll bring 2 across. First baseman, number 33, Sammy Maddox. It is now 11-3. Back-to-back crooked number innings, though this time the vast majority of those runs that have come across have been unearned. Eleven runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors for John Melvin. 3 runs, 4 hits, 5 errors for LSUA. Struck well to left. Mingarelli going back, jumps, can't get it off the wall. Durr comes around from second. Wysong comes around from second. Maddox has himself a double. Back-to-back doubles. Designated hitter number 19, Lane Kretzer. And it's 12-3. That goes in the book as a team unearned run, as Womack is fully responsible for the runner. However, the inning has been elongated at some point by an error. My least favorite statistic in baseball is the team unearned run. I just feel like somebody 200 years ago was just very upset with a relief pitcher and decided that they were going to charge them with runs that, while they are responsible for, they probably shouldn't be in that situation in the first place. 2-0 the count to Kratzer, because if you can make the argument that had the errors not occurred, Womack wouldn't even be in the game. Yet he does not receive the same benefit of the errors before, as there's a swing and a miss there from Kratzer. Now Now it would need to be another error for Womack to receive the same benefit of errors. And this is skied to right, shallow down the line, and it'll be caught in fair territory. And it mercifully ends the inning. The Millers get 5 runs on 2 hits, helped along by 4 errors. Mingarelli, Foot, and Bernard due up when we return. Bottom of the 5th inning, Mingarelli leads things off for the Generals, and he faces a new arm. It's Willie Flynn. Flynn's appeared in 4 games, thrown 4 1/3 innings. He's allowed 10 hits, 11 runs, 7 of them earned, for an ERA of 14.54. First pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1. Flynn, a right-hander, winds and delivers. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. In the dirt, 3-1. Generals have been second half of the game offensive friendly most of this season. They've mounted quite a few comebacks. And they're going to need some offense to do it here as Mingarelli draws the leadoff walk. The first baseman, number 27, Blaze Foot. That'll bring up Foot. He's a couple home runs away now from setting the LSUA record. In the dirt, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Inside corner, 2-1. One count to Foot. A dangerous count. Somebody down in front said it. And he was trying. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Popped up, foul territory. Will it get out? It'll fall harmlessly as Durr ran out of real estate. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging. That is a big out, number 1. The designated hitter, number 32, Jackson Bernard. In the dirt, ball 1. Throw over. Pumped over for a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Chop back towards the mound. Flynn Fields only has 1 play, and he'll take it. Mingarelli moves up to second, and there are 2 down. Third baseman, number 3, Desmond Dugas. And a balk is called. Runner on third now and 2 outs. Count will be 0-0. Flynn going out of the windup now with a runner on third. Upstairs, 1-0. Two and 0 stayed up there. 3-0. Get me over fastball is there, 3-1. Flynn trying to put up the third consecutive 0 on the scoreboard. 3-2. Ball 4 to Dugas. Runners on the corners. 2 away is Marcantel de-gears. The catcher, number 10, Peyton Marcantel. Flynn looks in, comes set. It's 1-0. Is that the softball team out there? Yeah, thought I heard them. General softball team in attendance. They play tomorrow. It's the Inside 2-0. They host U.S. Sports Academy. We're in their first year of competition. Three and 0. Three ball, no strike count. And took some off and got the strike zone. 3-1. That's a pitch if you're a hitter sitting dead red. You really want, but on a 3-0 down by 9, you're not going to get the chance to swing at. Comes back with a fastball in the outer half, counts full. Dugas will be running at first. Swing and a miss, he got him. Ends the inning and avoids any damage. The General Strand 2, Ashby, Watkins, Blanchard, due up. First pitch swinging Ashby. And right now, it's one out. Musgraves is coming down from third. Ashby arguing his case at the plate. And the home plate umpires had enough of Ashby. The umpire signaled that it was fair. He can get some help here from the field. And they're going to say he's out. And now Rocky with a 12-3 lead. Doesn't matter what the score is. Musgraves not happy. Center fielder number 7, Noah Watkins. And now Musgraves giving the hand to the dugout. So Womack gets one pitch, one out here. Swing and a miss, 0-1 to Watkins. General softball team's all fired up in the stands off behind first base. And 2. And for a dugout that's normally quite loud and energetic, the Generals dugout has been suspiciously quiet. Womack steps off. The 0-2. Right down the middle, strike 3. Left fielder number 22, Cabot Blanchard. Looking like Womack just pulled the string on that last pitch. Swing and a miss from Blanchard, 0-1. Blanchard at the very back of the box. The 0-1. Catches the outside corner, 0-2. Blanchard doesn't like it. Swings and misses. It gets away from Marcantel. The throw to first retires Blanchard. And now Blanchard is exchanging some words with the Generals dugout. And it'll be Benoit Thibodeau Kleber due up. So Benoit will start things off, and Zane Earl is in. And first pitch is a ball. So Flynn goes 1 inning. Two and 0. Two 0 to Benoit, misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Get me over fastballs there for a strike. Benoit thought he might have had ball 4. Three runs on 4 hits for LSUA. 12 runs, 12 hits for the Millers. Benoit strikes this one to center and well. Watkins going back. And he's got it for the first out. I actually lost track of Watkins out there and had to use the home plate umpire. Second baseman, number 6, Shea Thibodeau. It gets dark out there in a hurry. And wearing these green jerseys, bit of camouflage out there. One and 0 to Thibodeau. Two and 0. Two 0 now from Earl. 3 and 0. Kleber waits on deck. And a 4-pitch walk to Thibodeau. And that's going to get Durr out to go talk to his battery mate. And now Durr coming back from the mound. Right fielder, number 15, Julian Kleber. Earl looks over at first, comes set, and delivers. Bender in for a strike, 0-1. This is down, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside corner, 1 and 2. Good spot there by Earl. Kleber looking into the dugout. Off the outside corner. Earl wanted it. Not going to get it there, and it's back to the top of the order after Kleber. Langley waits on deck. The 2-2. On the ground, a short. Jump throw to second, and they're only going to get one. Pleasant had to go to his right. There are 2 down for Langley. Shortstop, number 24, Landon Langley. First pitch to Langley. Stays upstairs, 1-0. Breaking ball called a strike. Sharp movement late there from Earl. It's 1-1. On a line, past the diving Pleasant. That'll be a single up the middle. And with 2 down, the Generals have 2 aboard. Left fielder, number 7, Zach Mingarelli. Breaking ball. Stays up. Here's the 1-0 to Mingarelli. Fastball in for a called strike. And Earl steps off. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Kleber dances off a second. The 1-2 spiked, and it kicks 45 feet to the right. Up the line and over. Everybody advances 90 feet. Maddox almost had to play that one. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. General's going to start cutting into this 9-run deficit at some point. 2-2, swing and a miss. Earl gets him. And it is the 4th straight 0 on the scoreboard. Morgan, Gary, and Pleasant due up when we return. Here's Morgan, lead things off, and he'll face Barnes Williamson. Another right-hander out of the bullpen for the Generals. Williamson on the year, 4 appearances, 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, and an ERA of 12. It's on just 3 innings of work so far this year. Over for a strike, 2-1. Oh, that one's behind him. Williamson toes the rubber. 3-1. In a left, struck well. Giving chase is Mingarelli. And that one's going to be off the wall. A lead-off two-bagger. Third baseman number 2, Gavin Gary. Gary takes a look down at third where Musgraves has broken out the jacket. Squares around a bunt. That one's high. Foot pulled into the grass at first. Dugas about a step or so from the grass. Squaring around again, and another one upstairs at the eye line. 2-0 the count. A look back at second, squares around, and another one, and that one's got him. jog on down to first. Runners on first and second now, and it's back to the top of the order. Shortstop number 4, Connor Pleasant. And that's going to be a dugout warning, I think, for the Millers. Runners on first and second. The guys get just a little too into it. Squares around, gets one down, and foul. The Millers have laid down quite a few bunts. A couple successful bunt base hits, but really they forced the Generals into 3 errors today on bunts. 0-1 the count. A look back at second as Langley dances over. Squares around again, gets it down. Third baseline, here's Dugas. Throw over to Thibodeau. Retires him. Counter number 3, Trevor Durr. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and the infield pulled tight again. There is a run rule. It is 10 after 7, so the Generals teetering right on it. Williamson's first pitch is behind him. And in from third comes Morgan on the wild pitch. Up to third goes Gary. One 0 misses. 12 pitches, 4 strikes for Williamson. The infield pulled tight, hitter's delight, and Durr is a good hitter. Came in at .339. It's 3-0, and it gets away. Markintel threw it over Williamson, who wasn't looking. Had Langley not responded quickly, that would have escaped behind the bag at second. And it's a 4-pitch walk. You got to imagine there'll be a runner over at first. There will. Running at first, 28, Wysong. Now batting first base number 33, Sammy Maddox. As Markintel will go out and have a chit-chat with his battery mate. Home plate umpire had to call time there. Looks like his mask got stuck. Williamson to Maddox now, another dangerous hitter in this lineup, and it's fouled back at the screen. 0-1. Got to be quicker than that if you want to give the umpire more baseballs on a foul ball. I know that. I was a bat boy. I could say that. Breaking ball over for a called strike. It's 0-2. And 2 crowning moments in my seasons as the bat boy for the Greenville Drive, the single-A affiliate for the Boston Red Sox. The first was falling behind home plate in a full-capacity crowd, as that's upstairs. and getting a standing ovation from the crowd, as well as the away team as I went back into the dugout of the West Virginia Power. Kenny Holmberg met me on the top step, and it was like I'd hit a game-winning home run as I tipped my cap to the crowd. It's 2-2. And the second was a foul ball off the screen when I was in the first base home dugout. I read it well off the screen, went out and made an over-the-shoulder catch, went into the second stairwell in the dugout, and the video replay operator in the stadium, who had both replayed me falling at home plate, as this one gets away from Marcantel on a wild pitch. It's 14-3. The video replay operator who had replayed me falling earlier that season was kind enough to replay my catch on the video board as well. That was a tale of two plays for me there. Three-two count now on Maddox. Swing and a miss. For out number 2. Designated hitter number 19, Lane Kretzer. That was my first year especially was a lot of fun. Gabe Kapler was the manager, one of my all-time favorite players with the Boston Red Sox, and who, of course, was in right field, as that misses high and away 1-0, in right field during the 2004 season when the Boston Red Sox won their first World Series in 86 years, replaced Trot Nixon defensively. Williamson looks to second and delivers the 1-0. It's upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. It was a fun season getting to hang around minor league baseball all year and seeing some guys who would eventually make their way to the major leagues, including Chris Coughlin. It's been a long time with the Marlins and then the Brewers. Misses on the inside corner. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Got to meet Hall of Famer Lee Smith, who had the all-time saves record before New York Yankee Mariano Rivera broke it. Swinging on the 3-0, it's out of play. 3-1. Daniel Bard, the Colorado Rockies reliever, was a member of that Greenville Drive team, as was Jonathan Papelbon's younger brother, Joshua Papelbon. Here's the 3-1. It's inside, ball 4. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Cody Gautreau coming out of the dugout and a signal to the bullpen, so we'll take a timeout. It's 14-3 when we come back. Nick Bardwell takes over for the Generals. Fifth. No, excuse me. Oh, and that's an inauspicious start to his outing. Yeah, that one stings. Bases loaded now with 2 outs. Center fielder number 7, Noah Watkins. Is the 6th appearance for Bardwell, an ERA of 11.25 over 4 innings, 4 strikeouts. Gets a swing and a miss there on Watkins, 0-1. Misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Also, when I was with the Drive, got a chance to meet Roger Clemens. His son, Cody Clemens, was down in the minor leagues with the Houston Astros at the time, and Clemens came down to watch his son play. And it's minor league tradition that if a major league player is rehabbing down in the minor leagues, that they buy dinner generally for the duration of their time in the minor leagues. And we had John Lester earlier in the season, and Lester paid for the spread while he was down in Greenville. He was rehabbing from cancer, actually. And so when Clemens came down, he also paid for the spread and bought probably 175, 200 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A, as that's called, the strike at the bottom of the zone, 3-2. And after the players either ate them all or took them back to the hotel or their apartments, there was not any left for the intrepid bat boy, as this is struck well to right. Going back at the track, it's going to one hop off the wall. Rounding second, heading for third. It's a bases clearing triple. Left fielder number 22, Cabot Blanchard. It's now 17-3. But anyway, upon seeing that there were no Chick-fil-A sandwiches left, it's 0-1 the count. Kapler and Clemens, who had obviously played against each other in the major leagues, were talking, and Kapler asked if I had gotten anything. I said no, and off to dinner the Rocket, Gabe Kapler, and I went for an hour and a half or so of some of the most interesting baseball discussion I've ever had. 1-1 the count on Blanchard. Swing and a miss. Bardwell just trying to get out of this inning. That is the 3rd inning with 5 or more runs for the Millers. Fouled away. Swing and a miss. Blanchard goes down to stop the bleeding. 5 runs on 2 hits. It's Foote, Bernard, and Dugas. Due up when we return. Blaze Foot leading off the bottom of the seventh inning, and the Generals trail by 14, 17-3, and a little sword action there, 0-1. Bryce O'Quinn on the mound as that one's called a strike. O'Quinn, 6 appearances, 3 starts, a 6.06 ERA over 16 and a third innings. He struck out 13, walked 7. On the ground a second, fielded by Morgan. The throw to first, 1 away. Designated hitter number 32, Jackson Bernard. One of the players on that Greenville Drive team back in 2007 was Mike Chambers, a utility man. Spent most of his time in the middle infield, but did end up catching a couple innings at some point throughout the year. Spent some time in the outfield, a couple games over at third. And a couple of treacherous games at first. You'd hate to hear me say that. But he is now the head coach up at Franklin Pierce in New Hampshire, his alma mater. And that one misses 2-1. Bernard asking where that one missed. That one's down. Ravens last year, 28-20, 18-9 in conference under Mike Chambers. 3-1 count on Bernard. Up and in, ball 4. Third baseman, number 3, Desmond Dugas. Also remember that team was Chris Negron. Spent a few years in the major leagues, made his debut with the Cincinnati Reds, and he ended up as the Mariners' first base coach last season. A few of those guys remaining around baseball. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Durr goes out to get it. Durr, one of the few catchers this year I've seen still wearing a 2-piece. A lot of them have switched over to the hockey style, or kept it, I guess, from high school. Time called. Durr can't see his wristband. One and one the count. Big bender, Uncle Charlie over for a strike, 1-2. One, two. Fisted to the left side, scooped up. 5-4, not going to get the 3. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Dugas. And that'll bring up Peyton Marcantel. Catcher number 10, Peyton Marcantel. Another 12-6 hook over for a strike 0-1, but O'Quinn didn't like it. Of course, Generals hitters at this point, you're probably going to have to take until you see a strike. 1-1 the count. Benoit on deck. Should Marcantel extend it? Hammered foul. One ball, two strikes. LSUA down to their final strike. Breaking ball down the line, foul. Marcantel out ahead of the last two pitches. And time's called. Looks like that ball might have carried him too far back towards the field of play. Oh, I thought he was going to hide down there behind the tarp. He's on the jog back to the dugout now. Here's the 1-2 to Marcantel. Misses outside, 2-2. O'Quinn thought he might have had it. Definitely outside, but a very good pitch for the situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Fouled away. Goose staying alive. I've been told that Marcantel nicknamed Goose because he resembles Goose from Top Gun. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. O'Quinn gets him. And that'll be the ball game. Generals fall 17-3. The Millers, 17 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors defensively. The Generals, 3 runs on 5 hits, 5 errors defensively. John Melvin scores 6 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th, and 7 in the 5th to take the victory. From all of us here at LSUA, I'm Caleb Dunlop. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.